Alright, this is a walkthrough of 6 Spaces, a game we made in a weekend for the Ludum Dare or Ludum Dare Game Jam. Links in the description to the itch.io page and the Ludum Dare page where you can rate it. Also, I'll include timestamps for the different puzzle solutions in case you're stuck. Somebody suggested we do a walkthrough just to, in case people get stuck on some of the puzzles and really want to finish. I thought that was a good idea, so I'm just doing a quick video here. If you haven't played the game, I suggest just watching a few minutes, maybe a minute or two, but not more than that, just so you can have a chance to solve the puzzles without spoiling them for yourself. So the premise of the game is you can press the spacebar 6 times before dying, and you have to use that to solve puzzles. So if you look in the top left, when I press the spacebar, the UI animates up there, and the number counts down from 6 each time I press it. And if I hit 0 and then press it one more time, I die. You'll also see that the timer starts going down at 0, and once that reaches 0, you die as well. And when you die, you come back to the house and you keep all your progress, and you never have to go very far from the house, so that's kind of nice. So in the beginning, you start with no actions. So spacebar doesn't do anything. So you have to go out into the world and find your first one. And there it is. So when you find an action, a portal opens up. That portal takes you back to the house, and you'll see your new action is available on a little pedestal here. And you just press space to equip it. It tells you what it is. So this lets us talk to people. So you see in the top left, it's equipped, and when I press space, it kind of cycles around. When you're in the house here, you can use actions as much as you like with no penalty. So we'll try talking to this guy. So he will delete your file if you talk to him multiple times. And just kind of reset the game for you. So we can talk to this person, and they'll kind of explain the gist of the very simple story going on here. I'll leave that for you to explore. So now that we have talk, we can kind of solve the first puzzle, which is to simply talk to these little elevator seals, and they will help us get to where we need to go. And so you talk to them, they activate the lift, and then you walk onto it. That lets you get up here to this new area. Then there's one more elevator. And so we've used 4 of our 6 actions for this run. So we have 2 more left. You can see a little bit of what's to come below us there and across this gap, but we can't cross that yet. So we'll fall down here. These guys can't do anything with them yet. So we will pick up the next action here, go back home, and you'll see that we have both actions available. So we can equip both. This is our sword. We can kind of experiment with it in the room here. And we can pick up talk. So if you look in the top left, when I press space, I'll swing the sword and cycle to talk, and then I'll talk, sword, sword. So it just alternates. We have to use that to solve the puzzles. So I happen to know that talk and then sword is the order I want for the next part here. Let's try talking to this guy. We have a little glitch that we unfortunately didn't have time to fix, where if you stand right up next to him and press talk, it's not going to work. He's not going to say anything to you. But if you stand a little bit away and talk, he will give you a little dialogue. You can also try to hit him with your sword, and he'll talk as well. So I know I've used up my actions, just showing you that. So I'm going to press R to reset back to the room. And that still maintains my progress. So I'll pick up my items and go to solve the next puzzle, get the next action. So now that I have talk, I can still talk to this seal, and now my sword is equipped. So instead of using 2 more actions to get over this little building, I can just use 1 more action to break these boxes with my sword and then walk on through. And so that saved me an action here. Alright, see now I have 3 coming into this area. And I have a sword. Still can't cross this gap, so let's check out these guys. So I'm going to hit this guy with my sword. Now I have talk equipped, so I can't hit this guy, but maybe I can talk to him. Oh, he's friendly. Okay. And then we'll kill his friend here, unfortunately. Alright, so we get another power up. We'll go back home. Let's experiment with this. Alright, so we have jump now. So that's the form, takes the form of wings. So this will help us get through that area even faster and help us cross that gap to talk to the sloth. So I'm going to equip jump and then talk. Go back down here. Maybe we can jump over this stone guy, actually. Let's try that. Okay. He's kind of a jerk. Oh well. Maybe there's a different solution to that puzzle. So I'm going to reset here. Grab my jump. Grab my talk. So now that we have jump, we can bypass all these elevators here. And this is an area that may not be very visually clear, which unfortunately we found out, you know, after seeing people play the game when it was kind of too late to change it for the purposes of the game jam. But you can just walk right over here and jump up here. I know that pillar can kind of cause some confusion about that, but alright, and now we have talk equipped, so we can take this last elevator. And now that jump is cycled, we can cross this gap, and here's the sloth. So there's a bug here, some kind of things we wish we had time to fix, but unfortunately you can talk to the sloth, but the text is going to be behind the UI, which is a pretty bad bug admittedly, and we're hoping to fix that since the jam will allow us to fix bugs. So by the time you see this, it may be fixed. But if we talk to him, kind of scoot over, he says, "Sorry friend, I don't hear so good, can you get up a little closer?" So the second problem in this area is a lot of people, rightfully so, assume they can jump up on that little platform with the red lever. But unfortunately that's just background art, so that definitely should have been more clear. That's our bad. What you can do is jump up on this ledge, go to the edge here and talk to him, and he presses the button for you. I guess it's a lever, not a button. Pick up our next action, go back home. Now we have the glove, the gauntlet of legend, use this to poke things. So now that we have that, maybe we can do something with that wall. So I'm going to equip poke, jump, and talk. And by the way, you can put items back on the shelf by pressing space if you need to reorder them. So I want poke, jump, talk. Let's try poking him. Okay, perfect. So now he's blind, so we can jump over him. He won't block us. Ooh, and here's a new area. So let's talk to this guy. A vow of silence is the key to passing, an old monk said that to me once. So we got some boxes, which you know we can break with a sword. We got a button, which we know we can poke. We got a ledge that we got to jump over. So he gave us a little clue that if you take talk with you, you will not be able to solve this puzzle. That's kind of what that riddle was. So we're just going to take poke to poke the eyes of the wall, jump to get over them, attack to break the boxes, and we're not going to take talk because that would just use up the actions in our cycle and make it impossible to solve the puzzle within 6 space presses. So we'll attack these boxes, press this button which opens the door above us, then we can jump up here and attack is cycled, and we can break those boxes. So here we have the dragon, the sleeping dragon, and our timer's counting down, so we have to grab this power and go through the portal here. So now we have dash, which gives us a little burst of speed. So now, and I wish we could have communicated this in a clear way, but now we have all the tools we need to explore what's in this house. So we have an elevator with a button that we can press. We have a guy up there to talk to, so let's start with that. Take the elevator up, talk to this guy. He says, "I've never been up to the attic, then again, I'm not quick enough to jump up there." Okay, so unfortunately, I wish we had time to make the elevator come back down, but we don't, so we're just going to press R to reset here. So not quick enough to jump up there, so we could try jumping, but I'll just go ahead and tell you it's too far gap to jump. So maybe the dash will help us. So we're going to take poke, jump, dash, And I have a sneaky suspicion we might want attack looking at those boxes up there. So I'll use the elevator. I will get a running start, jump, and dash in midair. And now I'm up here. Break these boxes, and then I have poke equipped. And the nice thing about this room, like I mentioned earlier, is it doesn't use your actions. So, alright, our final action. So now we have the Phoenix Feather. This next puzzle is really tricky. To be fair, we really don't signal it very well. I wish we could have put in something to kind of make it more clear. But you'll see as I fall down this hole, I'm going to hold left, and you may see what I'm trying to do here. You see there's a platform. A platform to the left that is way up there with some little flowers on it. So we need to get up there, but we can't just by holding left. But if we dash, we can. And I'm going to take talk as well. So the whole thing of this is if you had tried to go and solve the puzzle in the room with the little purple guy with a ton of eyes down there, you would run out of actions and not be able to do anything in this room. There's no way to get in here by going that way without using all your space presses. So by dashing up here and getting this shortcut, we have some actions so we can figure out what to do over here. So I'll talk to this guy. Basically tells me the dragon's sleeping, nobody can figure out how to wake her. Well, I think I might have something that can help with that. Let's go back home. Let's grab the feather. Maybe tickling her will wake her up. And the dash. And actually I want those reversed, so I'll swap them. Alright, so I'm going to fall down here, hold left and dash in the air. Just take our shortcut. I'll come down here and I will tickle Tot the dragon. And that will trigger our final cutscene. And there you have it. Yeah, thanks everyone who played. I know that there are some bugs and kind of some visual glitches and kind of UI things that caused some problems. I wish we could have had a little bit more clear tutorialization. But, you know, it's a game jam game made in 72 hours, so something's got to give, right? So hopefully we can push some bug fixes and just kind of make some updates to the itch page. But links in the description if you want to check it out. Feel free to give us a rating on the Ludum website. Thanks!